The U.S.A. is ramping up pressure on China, adding new port fees to Chinese ships that dock at American ports. The U.S. Trade Representative says the goal here is to revive shipbuilding in the U.S. China has pushed back, saying it will in turn raise global shipping costs and then drive up inflation in the U.S. Earlier today, President Trump told reporters talks with China are going nicely. My next guest doesn't really have to worry about the shipping containers or the tariffs. His company sells only goods that are made fully in the United States. Mark Andol is the founder of Made in America store. Mark, it's good to have you with us. I mean, this came out of losing a lot of, as I understand it, this came out of you losing a lot of your welding business to cheap competition from China. Looking at what it required for you to make that change, how long did that process take for you?
Yeah, it took quite a while. I opened the Made in America store April 3rd, 2010. I had just lost a major account to China through my general welding and fabricating. And, we started with just 50 products April 3rd, 2010. I'm proud to say we're up to 15,000 products, 100% made in our country. And we support 500 privately owned American businesses.
A lot of what we've heard from small business owners, and again, this is across a range of different industries, so I know they're all a little bit different, but a number of them have told CNN, look, we would love to do more of our manufacturing in the United States. We'd love to make more here. We'd love to source more of our materials here, but they're just not available, or the cost is too high. Perhaps the factories don't exist for it. Do you sense a real push, because the stated goal of the government is to bring more business back, more manufacturing, easy for me to say, back to the U.S., which many Americans would like to see as well? Do you think there's an understanding about how long potentially that could take and what may be needed in the meantime to shore that up? I mean, you have firsthand experience.
Yes, I am a manufacturer. I still operate general welding and fabricating. We're always looking for work. So I do think it's possible. And a lot of my my vendors like Channel Lock and Estwing Hammers and, WD-40, there's a lot of things made here already. So they prove they can do it. I think with automation, 3D printing and technology, there's nothing we can accomplish. We have to work on the worker shortage, the skilled trade shortage. I think we have the best workers in the world, and they can do a great job. We lead with quality. A lot of people don't go overseas for quality. America is makes a great quality product. I absolutely think it's possible. I think what our president administration is doing is helping us. Our vendors are happy. The 500. A lot of people don't realize even our flag. And Flag Carter Beard told me once that 50% of our flags are made overseas. So there's a lot that has to change. I do believe we need the help. We're out of balance at this point.
For a minute I thought your shop froze. I'm sorry. Sorry, Mark. You mentioned the need for skilled trade workers, for those highly skilled trades. Where do you see that coming from? Does there need to be more of a push, right? Maybe even in high schools to push more towards trades out of high school and into those trade schools? I will say, as a mother of a high school senior, I've read some great articles recently about the push into some more of those domains because the return on investment is more immediate in many cases than a bachelor's degree and longer lasting.
Yeah, absolutely. I believe in getting metal shops, wood shops back in schools. I think the stigma has to be lifted on welders, fabricators, machinists. And I think, Northland Training Center I use here in Buffalo, Alfred College, they've got some great programs. And like you said, the cost isn't that high. You can get a certificate or a degree, get in, with a job training program. And these kids can make good money. Kids need a purpose, and I believe in the, skilled trades. It's a great way to make a living, and we need it. The demand is on right now, and that's what's happening. We're raising awareness for Made in America products. Again, 15,100% products I have, and you can see that at madeinamericastore.com. I say that because a lot of people can use our website for a reference on what is made in America and what's not made in America, because we have nothing that plugs in or takes a battery, and I think that's important to mention out of 15,000 products. I always said we've been to the moon, but we can't build a toaster or a coffee pot. And I think with additive, manufacturing, 3D printing, injection molding, as long as we get the incentives going to the manufacturers right now, we can start moving forward with this project.
You talk about those incentives to manufacturers, but hearing you mention automation and AI, as you know, that had a major impact on manufacturing in this country decades ago, right? As there was less need for workers because more things were becoming automated. How do you balance those two, both the need for the skilled workers that you're talking about, but also the reality of the role of technology here, being able to do more and do more with fewer workers in some cases?
Yeah, I sell Boss snowplows, and I've seen they use robots, robotic welding, but you still need somebody to watch the machine, take care of the machine. So there's a lot. I think if the volume gets increased, we can do a lot with both. We need the human because I build specialty products at General Welding and Fabricating, trailers, custom trailers, military trailers, things like that. So I think you got to balance both. But everything I have in my shop has a computer on it, a CNC machine. So you need smart individuals to run the machine, highly trained individuals. So there's a lot that needs to be said. We have quite a shortage of skilled workers, but we also have to increase the demand on made in America products so that our factories and our manufacturers get busy, because I do believe that manufacturing is the heart of America. We get that strong again. I believe in rebuilding the middle class. Again, my father's 88. He worked at Ford, Bethlehem Steel in the day, and he did real well being middle class. We had a swimming pool, extra car. He fed a lot of families, and I have a lot of livelihoods, and a lot of people don't realize, increasing American manufacturing feeds a lot of families, and that's what we want. A lot of people want to work with hands. We've got to get that focus back on there, and I think it's happening right now.
To your point, just last question for you real quick. What do you see as the timeline, though, to this really being viable, to getting those jobs back and to bringing a more manufacturing back to the U.S.? Are you talking, in your view and based on your experience, is this a matter of months, a matter of years?
Yeah, I think it's a matter of years. Again, a lot of my vendors have been doing it for years. My favorite shirt is our Made in America store shirt because China's a long drive to work. Now, I came up with that 15 years ago after losing a big account to China directly. So we absolutely can get it done. There's great manufacturers in our country already busy, but I think the demand's going to be increasing daily now. So it'll take time, but we got to all focus on it and do our part.
Mark Andol, appreciate your time this afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great weekend.